Hi, it's Banks. Welcome to the Banks Method. Today I have a total body Pilates workout with an emphasis on waistline and glutes. So let's go ahead and get started. The Banks Method is my unique combo of ballet, bar, and Pilates exercises designed to maximize lengthening and strengthening of the muscles with fun, dance-inspired movements. We're gonna start with a few roll downs just to warm up through the spine, get the core nice and engaged before we start with our standing work. So bring the feet right underneath the hips. Big inhale, bring those arms overhead, reach long and tall. Exhale, curl the chin into the chest, round down, peeling down bone by bone. Once you reach the bottom, just bend the knees softly, grab opposite elbows and hang side to side, just releasing any tension in the neck, in the low back. Take one more round of breath here. Big inhale. Exhale, let's release those hands. Walk on out. Find a downward facing dog and let those heels melt down towards the ground, stretching out through the calves, through the hamstrings. Big inhale here. And then let's flow forward. Find a straight arm plank. Stacking the shoulders right over the wrists, soft bend into the elbows. If you have sensitive wrists, feel free to come down onto those forearms, finding a forearm plank here. Otherwise, come up onto those hands, and then we're gonna lift that left leg up, point through the left toes, little pulses up, down for 8, feeling the ledge of the seat on that left side. Notice if you started to shift the weight back over the heel, shift the weight forward onto the toes. 3 more here, last 2, let's switch it over to that right side. Little pulses up, down for 8. Keep breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. 4 more here, we got 3, 2, last 1. Now come down to those forearms. We're gonna rock the weight forward, then back. So through the toes, then drive through those heels. Pulling the belly button up towards the spine, squeezing the glutes, igniting through those inner thighs. 4 more here, and then we're gonna hold it center. We got 3. Good, stay strong. We got 2. Let's hold it right in the center. Just squeeze, breathing and holding for 10 counts. Then we get a child's pose. Keep that neck nice and long. Last 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop down to that child's pose. Take a second real quick to stretch through those arms. Breathe into that low back. And then we're gonna swing those legs around. Let's lay down for a flat back abdominal series. And then bring those legs into a tabletop. From here, hands go behind head, elbows wide. We chest lift up on our exhale. Inhale, let's lower it back down. Just lifting the head, the neck, the shoulders, that entire scapula off of the mat. And then a light grip behind that head as you lower back down. Really focus on keeping those elbows wide. Space between the chin and the chest, so we're not tucking that chin in. Exhale to press the rib cage down and deepen those abdominals on leg. Just like you're fogging up a mirror here. So out of the mouth. Good, 2 more here. Last one, we're gonna hold it up. Start to press that right leg, then left leg out to 45. Toe goes alongside of the knee. Inhaling for a round, then exhaling, lifting a little bit higher for a round. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Just 2 more sets. Inhale and exhale, lift a little bit higher. Last set. Now let's take it to a twist, but slow it down. So we twist, left elbow, right knee. Come back center, reset legs and tabletop. Other side. Getting that elbow to knee connection. Finding those obliques here. Lifting both shoulders off the mat. So notice how I'm bringing my elbow up to my knee rather than pulling my knee too far into my chest. So it allows your shoulders to get a little bit higher and really feel that oblique as you twist. 4 more here. We've got 4. Stick with it. Last 3. Good. Last 2. Last 1. Hug those knees into the chest. And then we're gonna lengthen those legs up to the ceiling. To give your spine some more support, place your hands in a triangle right underneath your sacrum. So right underneath the edge of your glutes. From here, we lower those legs down for 2. Exhale to lift it up for 2. It's down for 2 counts, only where you can keep that core control. So your whole spine is pressing down on the mat the whole time. No pockets of air underneath that low back. Inhaling, exhaling, relaxing through those shoulders, putting all that work into the core. 2 more here. Last one, working on those low abdominals here. Good, now let's point the toes, come into your Pilates V. We're gonna find beats as we lower those legs down. So crossing the right ankle over the left and left over the right. Feeling all that work at the very top of the inner thighs. So you can take this as slow or as fast as you want. The faster you go, the more you zip up through those inner thighs, the more you're gonna feel those low abdominals, inner thighs working, really pointing through those toes, taking it down and up. Just 8 more here, you guys, and then we are standing on up, almost done with our core warm up. Last 6. Keep pointing those toes, keep crossing for 5, 4. Almost there, we got 3 more here. 2. Good, last 1. Good, hug those knees in. And let's make our way on up to standing. So we're gonna start with a squat here, but making sure our heels are about 2 fist width distance apart. So right underneath the sits bone, so we have that perfect knee over ankle alignment. We're gonna reach our arms long as we sink our hips back, trying to keep that chest lifted, and then come back up. So a little bit different than just hinging forward, right? From here, sometimes we get into our low back, but when you really focus on keeping that chest lifted, squeezing those glutes, we can feel the glutes a little bit more and we take that pressure off the low back. So we're taking it down and up, sinking the hips back into our chair, knee right over ankle and lift. Check out those knees. A lot of the time, they like to flare open or internally rotate. They're perfectly parallel. Good, it's down for 2. Now let's take it to tempo. We've got 10 squats, single counts down, squeeze to lift, soft bend into those knees as you lift, so we're not locking out those knees. And lift, good. Last 4 here. We've got 3, 2 more, and then we're gonna hold it low. Let's hold it low on the next one. Sink back a little bit farther. And then from here, we go down an inch and up an inch. Lower squeeze to lift. So check out that neck. Keep it nice and soft, taking those wrinkles out of the back of the neck, keeping that gaze right in front of you. Good, now let's hold it low. A little quicker pulses down and up, finding that working zone where the glutes, the thighs are talking to you here. 10 more pulses, 9, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work. Find a Pilates V, heels together, toes apart. Zip up through those inner thighs, stand nice and tall. From here, we point through the right toe, finding a tendu out to the right side, and then cross that right leg over, finding a curtsy lunge. So the chest is lifted and the hips are square, just like headlights towards your front. Let's do that again, tendu and curtsy. So you're gonna be feeling that left outer glute working here, inner thighs working to cross that leg over, keeping that right heel high, so we're on the right ball of the foot. Now, if you want a little bit more of a challenge, balance challenge, we reach that right leg up and then lower it back down. Tendu, reach and squeeze, cross over, squeeze those inner thighs. Good. We've got 4 more here, and then we're gonna hold that curtsy lunge. Last 3, really cross that right leg over. 2 more. Last 1. Let's cross it over, hold it here. From here, bring those arms in front, just like you're hugging a beach ball. We take it down, squeeze to lift, lower and lift. Finding that working zone, trying to hover that back knee over your mat. Now let's hold it low, let's pulse it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more here, 3, get low, 2, 1. Now I want you to hold it low, Hinge the upper body forward. Place most of the weight into that left leg. Knee is still externally rotated right over that ankle. And then let's just place those hands on the hips. From here, we tap, squeeze to lift. Outer thigh on that right glute. So both legs are externally rotated. Your heel is in, your toe is out. Tapping, squeezing, lifting. So that's why we did all that core work at the beginning. So you can zip it all into the midline. Use that core to stabilize you here. Good, we've got 4 more here. 3 more. Last 2. Now let's hold it up, pulse it. Reach those arms long for a little bit more of a challenge. Pulse it up at the top, finding that working zone, squeezing that right outer seat for 4, 3, 2, find that 4th position. So bring the right ball of the foot down. From here, make sure the right ball of the foot is in direct alignment with that left heel. We're gonna rise up onto the left tippy toes, lifting and lowering both heels, just working into the calves. Knees are still open, right over those toes, working the outer thighs here. 4 more here, and then we're gonna hold those heels up, finding a balance challenge for 3. Last 2. Now let's hold those heels up. We take the legs down for 2, working into the thighs and up. Hips go straight down the middle, straight back up. So check out your pelvis spinal alignment. A lot of the time we like to tilt that tailbone up, but then we get into that low back, our rib cage is open, our core isn't helping us here. So knit that rib cage in, squeeze the glutes, heavy tailbone down towards the ground, that perfectly neutral spine. Good, now we're gonna hold it at that lowest point to finish it off. We're gonna pulse here. Down, up, get a little bit lower for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. Stand it on up, shake it out, and then we're gonna hit that Pilates V, that curtsy lunge on the other side. So coming into our Pilates V, heels together, toes apart, small little pizza pie position. Hands on the hips, scoop the abdominals in, find that perfectly neutral spine. We'll tendu that left leg out, cross it over, really stepping far back, finding a nice wide curtsy lunge. Let's work that outer thigh on the right side, outer glute, cross. Good, that added challenge, only if you want it and you feel nice and stable, we add that lift, squeeze, and lower down, reach it back. Lift, squeeze, and lower, that's right, you guys. 4 more here, and then we hold that curtsy lunge. Last 3. 2, keep the chest lifted. Get ready, let's hold that curtsy lunge on the next one. Bringing those arms forward, we take it down, squeeze to lift. Check out those hip bones, wrap that right hip around to meet the left. That engages through that left glute a little bit more. Really focusing on tailbone heavy, straight down the middle, straight back up. 4 more here. Last 3. We've got 2. Hold it low. Find that pulse at the bottom for 10. 9, get a little bit lower. 8, 7, find that shake. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let's hinge that upper body forward. Extend that left leg long. You can place those hands on the hips. We tap, squeeze, and lift that outer thigh. Tap, squeeze, and lift. So your torso stays completely locked into place. We're taking that sway out of the low back by tucking the tailbone, scooping that belly button up towards the spine. 4 more here. Then we got the pulse at the top. 3, last 2. Hold it up. Let's reach those arms long. Lift a little bit higher, point through the left toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. Okay, we're gonna make our way down to the mat for the rest of class. So go ahead and come on down. So let's come all the way down onto our backs for a set of bridges. So we'll start out with the feet hip width distance apart and parallel, rolling through the spine on the lift up, and then rolling back down, feeling the pelvis tilting towards the nose as you roll up and roll back down. So those knees are right over the ankles. They're tracking right over those ankles. No flared out knees here. On the next one, we're gonna hold it up at the top. From here, we squeeze and lift. Squeeze and lift, feeling the sits bones coming closer together as you squeeze those glutes, lifting the pelvis up a little bit higher. 4 more here, and then we're gonna take a one-legged bridge. We've got 3 more, last 2. Now hold it up at the highest point. Lift that left leg up into a tabletop. Check out that hip alignment. Hips are perfectly level, belt line is level. From here we lower, squeeze and lift, driving through that right heel. Good, just 4 more here, and then we're gonna hold it up. Last 2. Let's hold it up on the next one. We press that left leg out to a 45, hovering over that mat and back in. Just focusing on keeping that pelvis stable, those hips super lifted. Good, 4 more here, and then we hold that leg out to 45. Last 2. Let's hold it out. Now zip up through those inner thighs. Knees are glued together. We find little pulses up for 16, then we're done with this side. It's up, down, up, down. Good, check out those knees, glue them together. Almost there, you guys. Drive through that right heel. Final 8, 7, 6, 5. Reach a little bit higher for 4, 3, 2, 1. Control that left leg down, lift those hips, and roll back down. A little active recovery here. Both legs, just noticing the difference. That right glute is probably shaking right now because we just worked it super hard. That is normal, you guys. Mine is definitely shaking on that right side. Okay, we're gonna hold it up, find that pulse to the top. Squeeze and squeeze. Check out the rib cage alignment. Make sure it's not flaring out. Bring it all in. 4 more here. 3, 2. Let's bring that right leg up into a tabletop. We lower, squeeze and lift both hips even. Drive through that left heel. Check out that left knee. Make sure it's not flaring out to the side. If it is, hug the inner thigh in to the middle. 4 more here, and then we hold it up. 3, good, 2. Let's hold it up on the next one. Press that leg out and bring it into tabletop. Reaching that right toe past the hip, reaching that leg long, firing up through the back of the knee. 2 more. Good, now hold it out, zip those knees together, 16 pulses, then we are out of this bridging set. It's up, down, stick with it. Find that highest point for 8, almost there. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slow with control, we lower both hips down, lengthen those legs up to the ceiling, get a quick hamstring stretch here. And we're gonna make our way onto all 4s, doing a little glute and oblique work. So hands are right underneath those shoulders, knees are right underneath the hips, and then tuck the tailbone under slightly so you find a nice straight spine here. And then I want you to keep that straight spine position as you extend that left leg out, toe is pointed. We just tap and squeeze the glute to lift, tap and lift. So notice how my leg does not go above 90 degrees because I'm keeping that perfectly neutral spine. When it does go above 90, we get that sway in the low back. Our low back is gonna start talking to us over time if we keep doing that. So really tuck the tailbone under, you'll feel the glute, the hamstring more here. And then really fire up through the back of the knee to get that perfectly straight leg. 4 more here, 3, last 2. Next one, we're gonna hold it up. Little balance challenge. Extend the right arm along, palm faces in, energy shooting out through the fingertips and toes. We tap, squeeze to lift. So if this is too much, you can always just plant that right hand down and stay here. Otherwise, we're finding that balance challenge. 4 more, then we hold it up. 3, last 2. Hold it up and pulse, flex the foot, lift for 10, squeeze, squeeze. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Now hold it lifted. Find that working zone where that glute is shaking. From here, we bring that left leg out, heel is in line with the hip, and then that right arm reaches out, and then we squeeze in, tracing a circle here. It's out. So this is as much oblique work as it is glute work, and in. So if this is too much, you can hover that foot over the ground It doesn't have to go super high for this to be effective, you guys. But we're working for that leg to become off the ground just a few inches. So good. Just 3 more here. This one is not easy. Stabilize with that core. Minimize the movement in that pelvis. Good. Next one, we're going to hold it out. Just an isometric hold for 10, 9, 8, 7. Lift a little bit higher for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew, so good, you guys. Roll out those wrists. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold up the edge of my mat just to give my knee some more cushion. We're gonna do a little bit of work for those obliques and left glute. So come to kneeling, knees right underneath the hips, and then press those hips forward to open up through the hip flexors. From here, we'll bring those arms out to a T. We take a bend over towards that right side, come center, over to that left side. We're working the obliques, that waistline here, reaching and coming center. Think about going up before you go over. Keep that rib cage knit in. So we're inhaling as we lift, exhaling as we reach. Getting a nice stretch through that side body. Now we're gonna add a little challenge. Hands go behind the head. We take the bend up and over, and then lift center, pressing the back of the head into those palms. Center, up and over, and center. Root down through that left heel, so that left foot stays planted on your mat. Keep squeezing the glutes. Good, 2 more here. Last set. Over to that right side. Good, over to the left. Now we're gonna hold it away from the leg. From here we find little pulses. Down and up. So the accent's on the up. You should feel those left obliques working for 8, 7, almost there. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Go ahead, plant your right hand down. We're gonna lift up through that left leg so the toe is in direct alignment with the hip. Point through the toe. We take little taps and lift. Down, squeeze to lift. Energy shooting out through those left fingertips. Check out those shoulders, stack them one on top of the other. Hips are perfectly stacked. You should feel your outer part of the glute working here. If you don't, then send that leg back just 1 more inch. Belly button towards the spine. 4 more, and then we're gonna hold that leg up and circle it. Last 2. Hold it up, let's circle, squeeze. Tiny dime-sized circles. 3 more. 2, let's reverse it the other way. 5, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last little change, we're gonna swoop that leg forward and then flex to bring it back. Forward a few inches and then flex to bring it back. Getting a little bit of a stretch for the glutes, working the core as you bring it forward. Flex to bring it back. 2 more, forward and back. Last one, forward. Then we're gonna hold it back, lift a little bit higher, pull up and out of that side body for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, let it go. So good, you guys. Roll out that right wrist. So let's go ahead and hit that right side. So go ahead and unfold your mat. Find all 4s here. Find that neutral spine. Send that right leg back. Point through the right toe. We tap, squeeze to lift, lower, and lift. Putting as much energy on this right side as we did the left, so we're nice and even when we are done with this class. Squeezing the ledge of the seat. Good, and then constant reminder, soft bend into the elbows. I always like to lock out my elbows, and then it puts a little bit more tension into those wrists. We want to soften through the elbows to protect those joints. 3 more, and then we hold it up. 2. Hold it up, squeeze and pulse, squeeze and pulse. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 more here. 3, 2, now hold it up, reach the left arm long. Find that core engagement. We tap, squeeze, and lift. 1 long line of energy, fingertips out through the toes. Pointed toes here to activate through the calves, through the hamstrings, through the glutes. Find that breath. Inhale as you lower, exhale as you lift, squeeze. Find your core. 2 more. Let's hold it up on the next one. Flex that foot. Lift it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. Let's find those obliques. So hold that leg and arm up. We reach that leg out to the side in line with the hip. Reach that left arm long. Oblique glute work. Trying to keep that leg parallel with the ground. Whew, such a challenge. Remember that modification's always there if you need it. Toe just grazes over the mat. Good, just 3 more here, you guys. Last 2. 1 more, and then we hold it. Last one, let's hold it there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it out. Nice work. Okay, go ahead, fold up your mat, and let's come to kneeling on that left side. So we'll come onto our left knee, extend that right leg long. Check out that alignment, heel right in line with the hip. Send those arms out to a T. We'll take that side bend up before we go over and lift. Bend the other way. Rib cage it together. A lot of the time that top shoulder likes to round forward. Keep it nice and open. Broaden through those collarbones. 1 more here. Hands go behind the head. Press the back of the head into those palms. Lift up. Bend it side. Right oblique. Brings you back over towards that right leg. You want to think rainbowing up before you go over. Now check out what those glutes are doing. They're super engaged. We've got 2 more sets. Over to the right. Come center over to the left. Last set, here it is, right. Now let's hold it over the left. Little pulses, 10 counts. Feeling that right oblique working, cinching in that side body. 5 more here. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Nice work. Drop that left hand down towards the ground. Lift that right leg up. Check out that alignment. Point through the toes. Ignite through those hamstrings. Tapping, squeezing to lift. Now, super important, that side body. That bottom oblique is pulling up, 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 away from the ground. You're super engaged in that bottom oblique. Sending energy out through those fingertips, out through those toes. 4 more. 3, 2, let's hold it up and circle. 8 circles one way. Stabilize with the core, no hip movement here. 4 more. 3, 2, reverse that circle for 8. It's 8, 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now hold it up. Point the toe to go forward. Flex that foot to go back. Getting a nice stretch through the glutes, working the core, driving that heel back, squeezing the ledge of the seat. Forward for 2, and back for 2. Okay, just 3 more here, and then we finish off with that isometric hold, and then we are done. Find that breath. Last one, here it is, you guys. It's forward. Now hold it back. Flex that foot, squeeze both glutes, press the hips forward, reach that arm long for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice work, you guys. Roll it out. Unfold that mat, and we'll finish off with some stretches. So lay all the way back. We did a lot of outer thigh work, so let's stretch it on out with a figure 4 stretch. Crossing the right ankle over the left thigh, flexing both feet to protect through those knees, grabbing behind the left hamstring and then pulling in if that feels good, or you can just stay right here, just letting the knee fall open, getting a nice stretch through the hip flexor. If you want a little bit more for the hamstring, lengthen that left leg up towards the ceiling. You can grab behind the calf or the hamstring, whatever is available to you, and pull in as you exhale. And then slowly switch it out, other side, left over right. Flex the feet, pull in. That hamstring stretch, lengthen long. Grab behind the calf. and then we'll send both legs up to the ceiling. Soften into the knees. You can allow that low back to come off the mat. If it's available to you, you can take full roll over all the way back, placing the hands onto the small of the back, just stretching out through that entire back body. And then when you're ready, let's roll all the way up, just massaging the length of the spine, front and back, a few times. Great job today. I hope you enjoyed this workout. I recommend doing it 3 to 5 times a week and adding in some of my other Banks Method Pilates workouts. And I'll see you again soon.